In mid-September 1066, your vast army was waiting on the southern English coast for Duke William's expected invasion fleet across the English Channel, then delayed by storms, until you received terrible news of a sudden Viking invasion in the northeast, reaching as far as York. You speed north 280 miles with your mounted housecarls and ends in just 4 to 5 days and nights, spending overnight at York and sealing off the town so your whereabouts cannot leak out by any Viking sympathizers. On the early morning September 25th you marched towards the Norse army, who are totally unaware of your presence. They can't believe the speed of your crippling dash north and rapidly assemble to fight. In a long day of heroic and bitter fighting on both sides, your army finally slaughters over 90% of the Norsemen, and only 24 out of 300 ships were needed to take them home. It is the bloody aftermath of the Battle at Stamford Bridge, fought near York on the 25th of September, 1066. You are King Harold Godwinson of England, and you have just won a gruelling but fantastic victory over a fearsome Viking invasion army led by their legendary Norse king, Harald Hardrarda, and your own treacherous younger brother Tostig, the embittered former Earl of Northumbria. Both of them were slain along with nearly all of their veteran warriors. Your victorious army is exhausted and sorely depleted, including a worryingly high number of your elite and invaluable housecarl warriors. Your northern army under Earl Edwin of Mercia and his brother Earl Morcar of Northumbria, Tostig's successor, had been destroyed by that same army at the Battle of Fulford Gate only 5 days before. But having barely taken a breath to recover, let alone celebrate your victory, and allow your forces to recover, you then receive crushing news. Duke William of Normandy and his vast invasion fleet have landed unopposed on the south coast. He has sent out squadrons of his vaunted cavalry, fast and extremely agile, to ravage Wessex, committing atrocities and burning the villagers' homes. Wessex is your own heartland. So what do you do next? You once again have no option but to lead another exhausting fast ride back down south to London with your weary professional warriors, leaving any infantry on the roads trailing behind. On the way you send messengers into the southern and western shires to again raise another general army. Should you seek military aid from allies to replace your battle losses before facing the mighty Duke William in battle, perhaps from the loyal Welsh vassal princes, or maybe from King Malcolm of Scotland, who was raised in exile at the English court? 5 to 6 days later in London, your men rest and regroup whilst you make arrangements for the impending battle with the Normans. Controversially and going against your experience as a proven general during King Edward the Confessor's reign, you ignore the wisdom of your two brothers, Earls Gurth and Leofwin. They suggest that you delay the enemy's advance with scorched earth tactics whilst hitting the marching Norman army hard with fierce and coordinated guerrilla attacks. This would severely weaken William's army and also win vital time for more of your army to join you from the shires. In this way, Norman war horses dying from malnutrition would leave William's weakened, dangerously exposed and almost certainly defeated. You could drain the Norman strength by a war of attrition whilst they lay idle in their bottleneck on the Hastings Peninsula, cut off by your navy behind them. Come nightfall, and in a strange and hostile land, William would then have to surrender. Time was on your side, not his. Yet you noted that the Duke, famed for his fast action, still has not advanced inland for 3 weeks, and you wonder why he hasn't yet sought to seize London or Winchester. You abruptly dismissed the scorched earth and ambush tactics and decide to attack with your whole army quickly. This was because 1. Your navy was still in London refitting after a storm. You couldn't know if William was getting reinforcements from Normandy by sea and thus getting stronger each day. 2. You scorned the idea of not personally facing William in battle. Wessex is your heartland and you are proud. You want to save the people from the brutal and deliberate ravages of the Normans, which is designed to taunt you into premature battle. As William well knew it would. 3. You and William are exchanging insults via embassies. He wants to fight single combat. You are both great warriors and you showed the Normans your strength, bravery and martial prowess in 1064 in Brittany. So you have nothing to prove. 4. King Edward bestowed the crown to you personally before witnesses and the enforced oath of 1064 in Norman captivity, over hidden relics, in a hostile Normandy was invalid anyway. 5. You are supremely confident of crushing William in a lightning surprise attack, having just done the same to the Norse army with stunning success. In 1063, you had crushed the Welsh rebel king Griffith ap Llewellyn with similar tactics. 6. Quickly bottling William up within the narrow and marshy confines of the Hastings Peninsula, with the natural aid of the flanking dense woods was crucial to negate the power and freedom of his cavalry. If Duke William broke out with his full 2,000 plus cavalry, then they could go anywhere rapidly. So you give commands for incoming troops to follow on from London to a new and a well-known rallying point near Battle by the dense Weald Forest, which crucially blocks the road to London. It's a steep hill half a mile wide with marshy ground below and with easily protectable flanks. You still have a huge number of your housecarl warriors, the SAS of their day. These very highly trained and much feared professional warriors wore chainmail and were experts with the lethal Dane axe. They would instill courage into your main army and are still very formidable, despite the recent campaigns. They are sworn to fight to the death for their lord and king, and you know that their bravery will lengthen this battle. Even the Norse sagas say that just one of them is worth two of Hardrarda's best men. Yet your Norman adversary is no slouch. William is a brutal, courageous and highly capable general whom you yourself saw in action in Brittany in 1064, and whom you also know needs to constantly re-equip and feed his large army of conquest if his modern and very capable forces aren't to die from starvation. You speed southwards once again with what army you have, at night, towards Hastings hoping to strike a decisive blow in a daring attack against the Norman French army. But the Duke's scouts have spotted your rapid advance. You have no option but to fall back to the strategic Battle Hill and camp for the night. William's veteran army of cavalry, archers and infantry will soon come. Early on the morning of Saturday the 14th of October 1066, they do. Both armies assemble, some soldiers pray for strength and courage, some swear oaths and some encourage one another, while sergeants spark orders along both battle lines. Defending from your secure hilltop position, all that you have to do at the very least, is just survive this day. William has no choice but to win. Be annihilated or die in an English jail. You command your army to defend mercilessly, hold the shield wall and hope that those feared men still arriving throughout the day will not fail you. Surely Earls Warliof, Morcar and Edwin with their own retinue of surviving housecarls and thens are hurrying to join you? Your cause is just. You ask God for strength, for luck, and for victory.